You know, thank you for letting me take that, because your question strikes a chord with me. First of all, I want to tell you how honored I am to be here today. It would have been unimaginable. About half a century ago, my parents came to the United States. They didn't speak English, barely. They didn't really have much of an education. They both grew up pretty poor. They didn't know anybody here. And it's hard for me to imagine what life was like then, because even though my parents weren't rich at all, I was privileged because I lived in a strong and stable family and I had all kinds of opportunities they didn't. And if my dad were still alive and my mom, who hopefully is watching, if one of these guys had come in live, it would have been unimaginable that I would be standing here today. Now, why is that? Why am I here today with you? Why did I get to serve in the United States Senate? Why have I been privileged to have opportunities they didn't? Well, it isn't because I worked harder than they did. It isn't because I'm smarter than they were. It's because I had something they didn't. The privilege and the honor of being born in the single greatest society in all of human history. In a place where anyone from anywhere can accomplish anything. You know why we're different? Because I don't remember growing up my parents ever saying to me, you know why we're not better off? Because those guys are doing too well. I don't ever remember my parents saying to me, you know what? If only we took something away from them and they gave it to us, things would be better. I don't ever remember my parents teaching me. In fact, what my parents would do is they would point to people that had made it and they would say, that's a source of inspiration. If they made it, you can make it as well. And we now have leaders. We now have a leader in this country that wants to take that from us, who is telling Americans that the reasons why they're hurting is because other people are doing too well, that the way they can climb up the ladder is to pull other people down. If we do that, we become like every other country in the world. We cannot do that. Because if we are that, if we become that, then the American inspiration will be gone, and there will be nothing that the rest of the world can look to, hopefully, in the hopes that they too can one day have what we have. So your question goes to the heart of what this election is about. This is who we've been, and this is who we are, and this is who we must remain. But we will not if Barack Obama is president another 4 years.